Commissioner, come on up. We're gonna give you the mic. We're just glad to have you with us this morning. It's always good to see our commissioner. It's always good to see our highway commissioner here on board with us.
Mr. Chairman and members of the board, let me say how grateful I am to come and be with you. With all the things going on in the world, it's just good to be anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's especially good to be in Madison County with so many friends and good folks who are doing a great thing. So we wanted to come, as we indicated to you, Mr. Chairman, when we were elected, that we wanted to appear before you at least once a year, kind of like an annual report to give you an update as to where we are and what we're trying to do for Madison County, the Central District, and the state as a whole. Since I was last with you, we had an election, and I was honored to be reelected. And then the commissioner had the responsibility to choose a chairperson, and they chose me to be the chairperson. So we're very grateful to our commissioners, Commissioner Busby and Commissioner Caldwell, and we are committed to working for the state of Mississippi, have a great staff headed by Brad White, who you all know, and Brad is a networker, one who's been around and putting the three of us together with Brad and 2,700 employees. I feel that the Department of Transportation is in a great position, and we are so grateful. So once again, we thank you for what you're doing. We want to thank the legislatures also, the Governor Reeves, Governor Holzman, Speaker White, and the entire legislative body. Over the past 3 years, they have been very supportive of the Department of Transportation. In 2022, they gave us $35 million for capacity projects. They stopped earmarking our budget, started giving us a clean budget, as well as giving us the ability in the language to actually take care of our employees, to stop them from leaving us. We had a drain that was killing us in being able to keep engineers and maintenance workers. We're now in a better position of doing that because of what the legislature has done. And then last year, they gave us, in addition to $100 million for bridges to help with counties like yours and municipalities, they also gave us $450 million for capacity projects. That was very good in helping us to move many of those capacity projects down the path, and then they gave us $40 million to match. So we was able to draw down monies from the federal government as a result of that. This year, they didn't give us quite as much capacity money. We were looking for and hoping for $500 million. They gave us $250 million in addition to the $40 million for the match. And then on top of that, they gave us $10 million this year for multimodal. So that would be the other transportation system that we have to be giving monies to. So we're, again, very grateful to them. We are going to continue to strive for recurring dollars because we need that in order to take care of all of the capacity projects that we have, as well as taking care of our maintenance. We need a current funding system as opposed to the 1987 program that was given to us, which was good at that particular time. But as you well know, they're not putting the maintenance monies in it, and we have kind of fallen behind, needing a lot of money these days to build capacity projects like the one that you're concerned with here in Madison County. And I'll share with you a little bit about that in a quick second. But we are so pleased with what they have done here in Madison County. We are moving forward with projects here like Reunion and the Madison Connector. That project, we don't know what it's going to end up costing, but you should be very pleased with the fact that the legislature and the federal government has bought into supporting your program, and I believe about $25 million that's already come from the state legislature and another 10 from the federal government. And we, Department of Transportation, has taken on the responsibilities of working with you, the Board of Supervisors, and your engineer to help move that project and make sure we don't lose any of that money because of time lapse from the state and or the federal government. So we feel good about where we are with that project and moving and working with you and our staff. Our engineers are working very close with your engineers now to make sure that everything is done in the manner which it needs to be done. The other big project that you have is the widening of Interstate 55. We are very committed to that. We don't have the monies to do that. We do have it in what we call our 3-year plan, and we are putting forth, doing all of the pre-construction kind of things that we need to do to make sure that project is ready to move. We're working with our fellow partners at the federal government to make sure that we can move it by having it in the 3-year plan. And last year, when we went to the legislature, we requested not 400, we didn't request it, but they gave us $450 million. And we put in the plan that we was going to do projects based upon their readiness, pre-construction and everything. Your project failed, I think, about the third project, needing about $500 million to take care of it. What the legislature did this year, again, is gave us $250 million. So the first project that we would do is the one in the northern part of the state, the northern district, Pontotoc Highway 7, I believe it is, and widening of Interstate 55 in DeSoto County. And the next on the list is Madison County to get dollars from. So we'll continue to advocate for making sure that we move those monies in, and we have everything in place, we're able to move that project. Now, I know you don't like hearing me say you weren't listed in that, but just being realistic with you, we can't do it because we don't appropriate the money. And Mike Espy hadn't figured out how I could go over to the casino and win a jackpot and bring you the money. Now, as soon as he figured that one out, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right quick, fast, and in a hurry. But you are the next project, and don't ever let anyone tell you that it's not our intent as the commissioners to move those projects in that manner. If it make you feel any better, I would say that your project is ahead of Rankin County. So you will move as soon as we get dollars coming into that, okay? The last thing that I would like to say to you in the way of maintenance, paving, we have done a lot of work in paving, whether you look at Highway 22, Interstate 55, Highway 16, Highway 463, 463. We have done paving on those. We still have more work to do on Highway 16 and Highway 51, and we have projects that we have let in doing that. Bridges, we are working real hard to spend money on your bridges. As a matter of fact, Madison County on Highway 51, over the next 2 years, you have about 10 bridges that are scheduled to be replaced. 2024, this year, November, we should be letting the first 5 on it, and then next year, 2025, we'll let the next 5. But those bridges need to be replaced, and we're going to be doing that. So feel good about what we're doing in the state and feel extremely good about what we're doing in Madison County. You, the board members, your engineer, attorney, all of you all have worked well with us, and we're so proud of having the relationship that we have with the business community. They invite us to most of the events that they have, and we are able to share information, and they're able to give us encouragement and words as to what it is that the business community need in order to make it work. So I think Madison County can be considered as one of the top counties in having the kind of a plan and the strategy and the leadership that you have to make it work. So, Mr. Supervisor, I can't say how much I appreciate working directly and personally with you. The only complaint I have about you is you have my cell number and you call it at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning if you need something. But I'm still okay with that. So,
good.
I yield any question if you have any.
We appreciate, Commissioner, we appreciate you working with us. And I know you mentioned the capacity money. And no, we did not get all the money that we were hoping for this time, which I think was $500 million. That would include the widening of the interstate here in I-55 from 463 to Gluckstadt. But as you indicated, there were $250 million given, or more or less, and that did move our project up to, I think, as you indicated, to the first project.
You'll be number one after those two done.
Hey, that's where we want to be, and so I know that we're working very diligently on the Reunion Crossing Bridge, and of course Bozeman Road. We'll see where we are with that when the bids come in soon. But those projects will be done in the next, I hope, 18 months, 20 months, 2 years, and so hopefully we'll have the widening and the ramps put on that new interchange by that time as well. So
let me make sure that everybody understand what Chairman and I understand and saying about you being number one. That's not number one in the Central District. That'll be number one in the state of Mississippi. So the next project that we see rolling out in the capacity arena will be your project.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Also, just to let you know, I forgot to tell you, 463 is a problem in moving traffic because you've grown so much of 463.
Right.
We're in the process, and we have let the very first contract to do the work to look at putting what we call a T-green project, which is going to help in the flow of traffic on 463 and Stribbling Road. So hopefully we'll be able to put that in place, and it'll give you some relief. It's not going to give you the relief that you really need because that area has just grown so much, and you're building and traffic is growing, and we hadn't been able to figure out a way to widen it because of the design and the area that it's run through, and it's not a lot that we can do to widen that, but we are going to try that T-green, and that's the first one we're going to put in the state. We'll look at other states, and they seem to help flow traffic that's in a situation like that, so we're going to try that here in Madison County.
Thank you. Any other
Willie.
statements,
I
comments?
got a question for Greg. Thank you for all your help. I don't want, you don't have to be involved in this discussion. I just have a question for the administrator, but I appreciate all you do,
Okay.
Willie.
Thank you so much.
Are there any other comments?
Yeah,
Commissioner, for you?
I just want to say thank you for all the projects that you do in Madison County. I especially want to thank you for Highway 16 East. And I see that you got big, huge piles of rocks on 43 North. So I'm hoping that folks finna be a reseal there. Just let you know that I take all your phone calls. That when they were riding on that rough Highway 16, they didn't complain to you, they complained to me. So I thank you for taking those complaints off of me.
Thank you, and you do give me a little bit more respect than the chairperson. You stopped calling about 11:30 p.m.
Yeah, Mr. Commissioner, I'd like to also thank you for meeting with us
Yes.
in your office to discuss the problem that we've kind of found in our stormwater project that to help us, to get more water under I-55 west of Canton here, so it might stop flooding in Canton. And you were very receptive to that, and we're working toward trying to see if we can solve that issue, and I appreciate your help.
Thank you, Supervisor Banks. Following that meeting, I did have a conversation with Brad, our executive director, and we want to be very supportive of you all in that effort. We just want to figure out how we can all make it work and not create another problem some other place.
Okay.
So thank you.
Commissioner, thank you as always. You're
Thank you all
welcome
so much.
anytime.
And my staff with me is Carol Williams and Sojourner Rucker. I don't know if Neil made it or not.